Massey came up to Thomas after he finished his planting. "There's a railway that's next to the woods, Thomas. I'm to go there to see it." "Thomas found something," said Massey. "I wonder what it can be, Massey," said Thomas. "I can't wait to find out." They set off, leaving the farm. Massey only wanted to make it a secret long enough to not let the other machines know what he was up to. They were soon far away from it and rolling through a mountain where the rails and road don't meet up with each other, except the river that was down at the bottom. "Wow! This is a view so high," said Thomas. "I can see you from these trees." "I can see you, but I can't see the track," said Massey. They met up again in an opening, and Thomas had to stop for water and coal. "Phew! What a climb," said he. "Is this where Tom is?" "Here I am," said Tom. "Look what I found. This engine shed unused." "Good day, Tom. Who's in that shed?" asked Massey. "It's a diesel shunter, dark green, and his shape's a lot like diesels," said Tom, describing his discovery. Both he and Massey opened the doors of the engine shed. There, inside, was, to Thomas's surprise, another diesel shunter with an engine that was taken out of him. "Hello, Paxton," said Thomas, surprised. "I don't call on you in New Zealand. What are you doing here?" "Hello, Thomas," said Paxton. "I've been sent here to do some shunting for these engines, plus clear up some trees that fell down till I broke down." "He came here one autumn day to rest, do the job before heading to Tasmania," said Massey. "But apart from losing an engine, he ran out of train fuel," said Tom. "He also had no one to talk to, except the roadrunner who visited." "That's right. I only had him to talk to, and he told me his 2 adventures to Australia," said Paxton. "It's good to see you again," said Thomas. "But what are you doing to your old engine?" It needs a good clean. Then I can start it again, said Paxton. Tom and Mercy brought me a fresh can of fuel after reinstalling it. All of a sudden, while the work was attended, they heard a buzz of a quad bike coming.
Hang on, you lot. You forgot the water and soap,
said Gracie, driving out of the trees into the railway yard.
He needs a bath.
Oh yeah, every engine needs a bath, said Massey. Paxton still had a driver, so he gave him a clean, while Thomas's did the engine. Once they were clean, Paxton decided to give his engine a boost. Okay, let's see how you've done with it, he said. 1, 2, 3! It was working smooth as a bowling ball, ready to roll when he got it to run. Oh, this feels fantastic! Now I can get to Tasman's shirt off, and my boat's gone, said Paxton. You can follow me to Auckland, Paxton. There's a tunnel that goes to Tala. That'll be a tour you can collect, said Thomas. Good luck, said Massey and Tom together. Yeah. Coming, mate. Off went the engines, heading all the way back to Auckland. They went past through Glenbrook, then the hilly fields. After going through Matamata, Gracie had an accident. Well, Thomas, those windmills look new. They don't look like the famous windmill in the Yacht Branch line, said Paxton. They're called turbines, Paxton. They make power, said Thomas. It's the first time for the both of us to see them. Here's a funny thing turbines can't do. They don't grind the wheat to flour. They get the gas jammed up. Or maybe, if they're hot enough, you can make popcorn. Paxton said a joke. Oh, that's a silly idea. No one can do high cooking, Thomas laughed. They went through the gorges, under the hills. Then through the town to Masterton. Over there, Paxton, is the shop called Countdown. It's got the same apple logo like Tasman Soda does. Thomas pointed out the main food shop. That's new to widen my eyes, said Paxton. Driver said he used to work in there before he drove me. Oh, that's the first thing I've never heard before, said Thomas. First jobs begins a search for second jobs. No one wants to have too much. What lies beside Countdown where the trucks deliver incoming goods? Paxton asked, noticing a building where deliveries get dropped in. That warehouse? Oh, that's got a secret door hidden behind the crates, said Thomas. Massey and Casey, including Max, went through it, ending up in Davenport. Doesn't anyone know about it? There aren't any tracks going to it, except roads. Paxton asked. No, anyone doesn't, said Thomas. Those kids were untouched for years. It gets anyone blown out of mind, but between you and me, we and all of us know about it better. I know you can think me very rude, said Paxton, but I've never been to this town ever since I worked in the clearing we left an hour ago. And I keep seeing this truck that went past it, as it went up the mountain gorge. I didn't have time to ask it. That's Steady Eddie. I've seen him when I visited the mainland. Really friendly, he is. And he's had many adventures too in Tasman Circle, described said Thomas. Oh, that's who he is, said Paxton. They were about to continue on when Paxton was looking up at something. What are you looking at? Asked Thomas. I'm looking, said Paxton, at a streak of dust. It seems to be coming further away from the town. Dust? Oh, said Thomas. They could hardly guess who Paxton met in his shed days. It was the roadrunner who was heading to the warehouse. Hello, you two, he said. Great to see you running, Paxton. My telling for you made you confident to get back on track. Proud I am, roadrunner, said Paxton. Has Wiley been catching you? He always misses me. If I were caught, I would not be in existence anymore, said the roadrunner. Can you tell us about your visit to the beach? Asked Thomas. How was it when you visited it? Calm it was for one, said the roadrunner. Last time I was there, it was on to me, and Gumby had to help me out with hiding in a car. You made it through that delay, said Paxton. I best go now. I'm heading to where you're heading. The roadrunner ran off before he could say goodbye. Thomas And Paxton continued on. On the way, they met Diesel, who was heading to Masterton from the Auckland airport. "Hey, Diesel, now there's two of us in New Zealand," Paxton called out. "Hey, Paxton, what a surprise seeing you here." At last, they arrived in Auckland, passing the same harbour where the Black Ferry slept. "There's a tunnel just in the woods," said Thomas, speeding into the trees. "Right behind you," said Paxton. They found the tunnel mouth. And when they went through it, they found themselves in the woods of Tulla. It was night time, and they needed some sleep after a run. "Welcome to Tasman's Hotel, Paxton. You're going to like it here," said Thomas. "Oh, this is exciting for me to explore, Thomas. There's many things to see when working," said Paxton. "But it's time I should drop." They went to the shed and slept, pleased they made a home journey with success.